Good evening, gang. How's it going? Hi, Jax. Just collapsed out of the bed next to me. I hope he's okay. It looks like he's fine. I just hope he settles down again. Hope you are all having a good evening. Welcome, welcome. We are in fact Mardu taxing it up. Not a color combo I played in 2017 personally. I didn't splash until 2023, but yeah, it's good times. Just running back the same list. I just want to keep running this until I find the Magus of the Moon matchups and see if it helps. Another obviously important part of this is, measuring the matchups where I feel like I don't have as much to bring in as I would like. I haven't felt that too much yet, I don't think, but it's obviously a hard thing to also actively notice. Before we get into the games, quick announcement. Mr. Streamer, is Elizabeth II Commonwealth Queen a D&T playable card in a post-Grief metagame? I think she was a lot better while Grief was still legal, honestly. But we'll see. Maybe she'll come back into play later. I think you really got to get Eldrazi out of here. The Elizabeth doesn't do anything against Eldrazi. That's the main problem. Anyway, so XJ Cloud and I did a State of the Noodle a few months back while Grief was still legal. We anticipated that we would probably have to do one again after Grief inevitably got banned, and we have now put it on the calendar. It's if you were there for one before, it's going to be the same thing, just kind of updated for the past few months. Have some more up-to-date info going into Eternal Weekends. For those who are unaware of what it is, you can type !noodle to get some details on it. But the idea is XJ Cloud and I, we're going to talk about what are the builds of D&T, what are the key cards in each of the builds, where do they excel in certain matchups, where do they struggle in others, things like that. And yeah, we'll hope to just give you a quick rundown of everything so you're prepped for Eternal Weekends, at least for either North America or EU. Unfortunately, apparently Japan's Eternal Weekend is really early this year. It's next weekend, which is kind of crazy. So unfortunately, not in time for that, but in time for everything else. It'll be on XJ Cloud stream. That's twitch.tv/XJCloud. And it'll be during his normal stream time, which is 9 Eastern. That's on 10:15. I'll throw a quick ! Noodle into the chat. It doesn't show up on the stream chat, I was hoping. How is Mr. Bones held up post-Grief? Still been great. You were right about the card just kind of working in the deck. It is just as good as it was, if not more, when doing stuff with your own cards. I think I see fewer opportunities where I'm doing stuff with my opponent's graveyard, but it's not nothing. Like Barrowgoyf shows up, or Altagoyf, I guess, really. Nethergoyf in particular, it's you can shrink that card pretty often. Some people are playing Uro. You can keep Mystic Sanctuary targets out of there. Obviously, doing it all in the combat step is a limitation, but I don't know, the card still just kind of works. So, still a fan. Legacy League. I did do a league off stream with this list. I did get a 4-1 with it. My only loss was to Eldrazi, unfortunately. I did. It was funny. I just drew and played my Magus in game 1. And I was like, hell yeah. They had like nothing on board. I think they had like a Thought Knot, and that was it. So I was like, all right, cool. They can't cast any spells. We're good. And then they played a, I don't know where this came from, but they just played a Grim Monolith, which was kind of insane. Thankfully, it did not help them win that game, but it sure beat me up later in the league. So, hello, XJ Cloud. How's it going? Hope you're having a good evening. Seems all right. Hard to complain. Okay. Eldrazi once again. Let's see, what do they get rid of? Chalice, Petal, Cavern. They play Cavern. Well, they can't do anything turn 1 off of a Cavern, so at least I got that going for me. Unfortunately, I have this useless Mom in my hand. I might end up just having to cast this Stoneforge on turn 2 to not get too far behind. Blast Zone. Huh. That's not scary at all. Yeah, I'm just going to play Stoneforge here then. I could get Kaldra versus a hand this slow, but I'm also kind of guessing that they're going to cast like a Thought Knot next turn. I think I would rather get Phantom Blade here, actually, just to have multiple pieces of removal. There's Ayavugan. Who would have guessed? I will give my opponent the opportunity to take Mother of Runes. I'm guessing they're going to take the Phantom Blade. Yeah. And now I have the option to not put in Mom to save it for like a later Solitude, potentially. I think I will do that, actually. Mom just doesn't do anything. At least not. If it was a post-board game, I would cast the Mom. But I think without that, there's like really no reason to. Alright, Skyclave takes care of the Thought Knot. What do we draw? Another Mom. Perfect. Excellent. Chilling in a hotel in DC. Well, nice, nice. Hope DC is treating you well so far. Oh. It's annoying that they have this forest, but I think if they had a Myco spawn in their hands, then they probably would have cast it. Not 100%. They could be waiting to play like one more lands to kick it. I don't know. Also, I feel like most lists have not been playing the basic forest lately, so that's also kind of interesting. Yeah, so I'm going to get this Magus. They also can't kill the Magus with the mana they have in play either, so that's nice. Right, because, yeah, they'll just have 4 mana, which cannot cast Magus, or cannot cast Kozilek's Command. At least it can't cast Kozilek's Command for X equals 3. Oh, I was probably supposed to surveil with this before the Magus was in play. They're only making one spawn. They could have made a second. It's a little weird. Yeah, repping command on 3 except versus Magus. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was definitely supposed to just fetch and surveil with this before the Magus came in play. Or I could have played the backstreet from my hand. That also would have been fine. Okay. Thought not. Will, yeah, you got it. Well, if that's the one colorless spell they cast, deal. I guess there's not really much of a reason to put Yorion in my hand right now, right? It just opens it up to getting Thought Knotted again. So I'll just wait till next turn. Okay. just discarded a card. Cool. All right. Yeah, I think we're gaming here. Yeah. All right. Cool. Whew. They had a very slow hand, so I'm not surprised we had the time to get Magus online. That doesn't happen very often, but all right. I'm supposed to take these moms out before the spirits. Neither is good, but spirit at least has like power and toughness in a way that mom doesn't. Or am I supposed to keep? Do I keep moms because I dismember? Because dismember is like their one way to kill Magus usually. I'm not sure about this. I think the upside of mom is high enough, considering that spirit is basically just the Blade of the Sixth Pride. Yeah, you have been shaving spirits before moms. All right, cool. Board in Yorion so they can't Thought Knot it from your hand when you pay 3 for it. That's a very interesting idea, Trilith. Go away. Thoughtseize into Stoneforge. The mana is stable. It's kind of like a 6-card hand, but at least we can surveil a lot. I'm going to try it, but I'm very, very much not confident that this hand's going to be good enough. Eldrazi Temple. Well, they exiled the Dismember and discarded 2 It that heralds the ends and played the 3rd. So that's kind of funny. All right, let's start with the Thoughtseize. What's going on over there? They are going to play Ancient Tomb Thought Knot next turn. Well, what if they don't get to do that and their hand is just mana and a 7-mana spell? They can cast that 7-mana spell in 2 turns from now, right? Yeah. Well, I am probably going to Wasteland and use Stoneforge next turn. What do I get here? This might actually be a Cauldra game. I'm not 100% sure, though. It's gonna feel horrible if they draw another soul land. And I go for Cauldra, but it's not that much better if I get Phantom Blade anyway. So I think I go Cauldra here. Oh, they just drew. All right, they drew Kozilek's commands. Yeah, it's the actual worst possible. So they can play Devourer of Destinies, but at least we don't have anything in play. But they are attacking us for a lot. I mean, it does block the spawns. They're only 1 mana off of casting the Devourer of Destiny, but I think that's better than just dying to their board. 56k modem, thanks for the follow. How's it going? Welcome. Oh my god, all my lands are broken. Please don't tell me your 2 draws were Kozilek's command and Kozilek's commands. Really? I hate this deck so much. Okay, sure. You got it. Yeah, the vibes of Eldrazi are truly F tier. I don't think I didn't like the design of Eldrazi, but I didn't really mind it when you could just like 1-for-1 everything that they were doing. And now you just can't do that because all of their cards like are as explosive as they used to be and also draw a card. It's so dumb. This hand is amazing other than the fact that we only have 1 land and it's a scrub land. So I'm a little hesitant, but I think that this 1 land can do enough that I'm going to try it. My opponent's mulling to 6. And they don't have Devourer of Destiny this time. Alright. Don't have a Wasteland in your hands. They don't have a Wasteland. That's good. I think I just take the Wastegate Battle Mage, because I can just Swords that heralds the end. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. All right. I'm giving them an extra life for no reason. Whoops. Life total rarely matters in this matchup, so I'm not too worried about it. All right, deck. I see how it is. My opponent does have 7 mana. I am legit tempted to pitch one of the Stone Forges to the Solitude so that it can path it and get a second land in play. I would be more excited to do it if they had played another thing. God, if I do that, they can Kozilek's command the Solitude in response to my path. It's like the worst thing I've ever heard of. guess we're still gonna do it. I think it's like basically as awkward for them as it is for me, so. Hi, Aether Vial. I don't think I can afford to play Vial right now, unfortunately. Maybe I'm supposed to, given I suspect Kozilek's command, but I don't know. Either way, I am going to get a Phantom Blade here. Yeah, I think I am supposed to play this because, like, I don't give them the creature to exile with Kozilek's command, so they just get to make 5 spawns and scry 5. So, like, I think that that's just losing. Hey, Dooges. Hello. Thank you so much for stopping by. Yeah, my opponent is paying costs. Yeah, okay. There we go. My opponent is not even removing my Stoneforge with this Kozilek's command anyway, so. It's an indication they don't really care about this. No, they just literally always draw Kozilek's commands. I don't know if you've played against Eldrazi, but that card is just always in their hand and always on top of their deck. Gonna kick Myco Spawn and exile my planes now. No, because they didn't pay a green mana. Devour of Destinies. Okay, sure. Okay, well, at least they can swords that, and then maybe the game goes on. I think I do want to play Vile this turn, though. I'll take 6 at least. Because I'm just going to need the mana that this generates. Yeah, of course. Of course. Nice. I'll start by exiling the Thought-Knot Seer. For like any white card, we're probably just killing the Devour. We don't. But at least it's a land. If I'm not drawing a white card, I would like it to be a land. Oh yeah, easily bottom 5, not even close. I think Myco Spawn is worse though, personally. Interesting. Okay. I thought I got a swamp with one of those. I was just going crazy. Oh well. Well, my opponent can Eye of Ugin every turn now, so that's not great. I guess they have to use a spawn with their current mana, so could be worse. Immediately draw a black card. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah. One of these planes was supposed to be a swamp, and I just was not paying attention. Oops. But they are also activating Eye of Ugin here. Depending on what they're getting here, it probably would not matter a ton. I mean, if we consider the fact that they could just get a Devourer of Destinies and exile it, it's functionally gone. They had to. Did I miscount? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, right. They can't use the Eye of Ugin to tap for mana, right? That's what I was missing. And they 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. Eldrazi Temple does not make 2 for Eye of Ugin. That's what I was missing. Glaring Fleshraker. That's not a good sign at all. Ooh. I'm going to keep this on 3 because I only have 2 Solitudes left in my deck. Yeah, so this... I guess, again, the Emperor of Bones could still just be dead if they had gotten a Devourer of Destinies. Alright, opponent, I am dead to anything you do. Yeah, it's annoying. I think that it ultimately did not matter, just given, like, they were going to have the mana to cast a Devourer. If that's what they got off the Eye of Ugin, we would be just as dead to that as we are to the Fleshraker. If we didn't cast the Emperor of Bones last turn, then yes, that would be true. If we just hold it in hand and then wait until we have the mana to use it and activate it, maybe. Is it worth it to do that there? Hard to say. I think it's actually is specifically not worth it to do that there because we don't know if we're drawing another lands to be able to do that all in one turn. So interesting hands. We would have had that mana last turn if we hadn't fetched Mountain, right? No, because we would have Plains Swamp, so we could cast the Emperor Pass into them using Eye of Ugin. Which would presumably get an answer for the Emperor. Do I keep this hand because it can cast Vial and then Surveil twice and my opponent's mulling to 6? I feel like the answer is probably no. This hand could be better, could be worse. We'll see. It's at least more coherent, so I'll take that much. I'm going to put one of the lands away. I guess it's just the Arid Mesa, right? Yeah. I guess it could be a Vista. Tundra. Swords isn't looking great into Tundra, huh? I'm going to play Marsh Flats here. Probably going to be Surveilling. And Surveilling is a reason to keep just one of the Vistas instead of both. But I'm scared of Wasteland. I don't like Wasteland. I would love to keep a Stoneforge, thank you. My opponent doesn't have Stifle in their deck, because it's that they keep pausing is giving me a little bit of worry that there's a Stifle over there. Oh yeah, I guess this Marsh Flats getting a Surveil land is also a reason to keep the Arid Mesa so we can still fetch a mana source for the Magus. Or red source, I mean. They almost certainly have removal. Nah, whatever. Excuse me. This Magus looks like it could be pretty good. We'll have to see. That's a nice card to be able to cast here, I guess. Especially getting all these swords out of their deck makes Magus more likely to resolve. Okay. Less excited about casting Magus with Swamp Island in play. Frog, sure. And a Tameo. Okay. Alright. Let's get all the vistas out, huh? I'm gonna plans here, it doesn't really matter. Teferi. Okay. That's a nice draw. What do you got? Sure. Do I pay for that? I feel like I probably don't. I know it's a spell they have in there. I know they have a spell because they didn't play a land. Interesting. But would I rather take that spell, or would I rather resolve Skyclave against the Teferi? I think I can just wait to do that until next turn. I'm not gonna pay. Huh, okay. I'm not crazy. He just didn't play a land, right? Yeah. Huh. Bizarre. Prismatic ending? Sure. Okay. So I could just swords the... I think I'm just going to swords the illusion and then Magus. They don't have white mana in play. See how that goes. Although nah, I should have waited to untap because now I need to fetch for... Oh, well. Maybe I just do that instead first. I'm fetching mana very poorly today. It's weird. But yeah, I think I was supposed to untap there and just use one of these, one of this white mana, so that that Vista could get a swamp. And then I would have black mana after resolving the Magus. But now that I have this recruiter, I think that's what I want to do instead anyway. Just recruiting for another Stoneforge here looks really good. And I will reveal that there might be some funny business happening, but that's okay. I think I'm getting a Phantom Blade here, yeah. Gone through Prismatic Ending and 2 swords so far. Baleful Strix, sure. Looks like a deal to me. Yeah, it's Cauldron time. Interesting. What's the last card over there, huh? Sink into Stupor. Okay. Now I could Magus? This actually feels like a good spot to resolve Magus now. Again, I don't have a black source, but I can Stoneforge in the Phantom Blade and play Spirit next turn. This feels like this is going to work out for me. There we go. Cool. I don't think I want Magus in general. I'm not going to board in more. I assume they have at least one of each basic, so I don't really want to rely on Magus here. I don't see a lot. I'm just, because they have Psychic Frog, I just don't, and Tameo, I don't want to get caught with my pants down, so I'm going to board in some extra removal. Probably just cut a Jite and leave it at that. I feel like this is probably just a good matchup structurally, so I don't really have to do a whole lot here. Yeah. Volrath XP, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, everybody. Hope you had a good stream. Thank you for stopping by. Got a tap land moment here, but this hand is otherwise good enough to keep. What were you playing? Bug frog control with Mox Diamond. Ooh, sounds pretty spicy. Okay, I am happy that Mom got Thoughtseize. That's totally fine by me. Do I want another land? I think I do. I don't know. This is just a matchup where hitting land drops is going to be good. There's nothing my hands desperately needs right now. This is the pre-war formal wear waiting room. We hopefully will not have to wait too much longer. I'm just going to throw a sash out there. Yeah, I'm very happy for that to get swords here. Just all three basics. Got it. Okay, Thoughtseize again. You got it. This Thoughtseize pretty much has to hit Emperor Bones, right? If you Thoughtseize the Recruiter, I just Emperor it back. So, which is good because that means I get to cast my Recruiter next turn. Or I still get to cast my Recruiter next turn. Probably for a Stoneforge in this spot. Possibly streaming Radstorm. That's pretty sick. Yeah, I'm expecting a lot of Radstorm. Probably some people are gonna try the interesting. Try what's it called? The oh, that's even better. What is it called? The Sloth in depth. I know a lot of people. I don't think anybody had like a ton of success with it, but I know people were at least excited. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely decompress. Hope you have a good evening, and I will catch you next time. Have a good night. Am I casting Emperor Stone? I think I'm casting Stoneforge here because I can easily just cast Emperor next turn and use it in the same turn, which is going to be good. They've already used Swords and a Snapcaster, and I don't really want a Phantom Blade here, so yeah, I'm just getting Call Draw. Ashkenaz made me turn off the stream to watch Kung Fu Panda 2, but it won't show on the shitty hotel Wi-Fi. Welcome back. I'm sorry you don't get to... What is happening? Whoa. You want to calm down? It has hexproof? Okay. During your turn, as long as Kaito has one or more loyalty counters on him, he's a 3/4 ninja creature and has hexproof. Got it. So what, they're gonna stun the Stoneforge here? Yeah. Okay. They are cooking. Alright, Ponder. So it's Snapcaster plus whatever they get off this Ponder. And they do shuffle. So that's good to know. Yeah, I want to surveil here. Oh. Let's go. No Kaito for you. That is exactly what I wanted to find. Or literally any 2-power creature I could put into play with Emperor. Although, it's not the best thing to be doing with Emperor, but you do what you gotta sometimes. And Ponder or Swords? Swords, and you have to Swords the Stoneforge now. Swords the Skyclave. Huh. I guess I want the 4/4, I guess. Okay. In that case, I'm pretty sure they don't have any basics left, so I'm just going to do this now. This feels like the kind of deck that's going to have one of each and no others, especially with how many duels I saw so far. Maybe there's a chance they have a second islands, but doesn't seem super likely. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, this seems like a great opportunity to just recruit. Not sure what I'm getting. Everything kind of seems good right now. I don't need another Stoneforge because this one's still alive. Maybe I just get a Solitude. I think it's either another. I don't think I want to get another Recruiter here, but I think either Skyclave or Solitude makes sense. Skyclave, just to have some form of removal. I think Skyclave is probably the safest. But if they play another Planeswalker, I have the Cauldron for that. So maybe I just want the Solitude. I don't know. I think we can just get Skyclave and be safe. Okay, and they can see it anyway. All right, cool. Yeah, I don't know. I think that is not a not a matchup I'd be too afraid of. Whew. The more I play this build, the more I'm worried about what I'm going to do about getting some form of a foil Magus of the Moon, because I can't imagine getting one other than Future Sight, but also or is it Future Sight or is it Planar Chaos? I don't remember actually. This is a mono white ass looking hand. I'm gonna keep it. Is Future Sight? Okay. I thought it was, but for some reason I was second guessing myself. Volcanic Islands. Oh. There's Wastelands. He's on a mold of 6. Yeah, let's try it. I'm supposed to do this in the upkeep. Doesn't really matter. Very unlikely to matter, at least. Volcanic Islands, Tropical Islands. What does that mean? What rug decks exist right now? What's going on over there, Vuk? What's up? You okay? Lotus Petal. Sneak and show? Sneak and show. Don't put in on missions. Cool. Three cantrips into one ring, all of which are dealt with by the spirit. Three different cantrips also, that's kind of funny. So it's going to be one ring. Because one ring is the literal only card I know for sure. Emrakul. The one ring, Thundering Falls, Brainstorm Ponder. Brainstorm Ponder. There we go, and the Thundering Falls got played. Million of Force of Will. Alright. I missed Spirit too. Glad it's back. Oh. Well, that's a pretty nice one to draw. Just don't cast a sneak attack next turn, please. That's a force. Force pitches Brainstorm. Okay. Well, still gonna do this. Equip to the Spirit, kill Atraxa. It's possible Mom's supposed to just be getting in here. Ooh, that's really good for me. Casting half of an index that can shuffle. Chooses not to shuffle, notably. We cooking. I guess I put Yorn in my hands. Why not? Nice, just play one ring as just a fog, basically. Yeah, that makes sense. Mystic Sanctuary and Show and Tell is interesting also. Is it worth it to exile the one ring? So he still gets to draw one card this turn. He would also get to draw one card on my next turn if I leave the one ring in play. I think it's worth it to just do this. Doesn't draw any cards. All right, cool. Works for me. This is going to be... Yeah, putting in Flicker Wisp. Yeah, okay. Let's go. Can activate Sneak Attack once here. Put an Archon of Cruelty. Okay. Okay. Got it. I'll get rid of the Stoneforge. Discard Plateau. At least you only get the one. Can also attack here, obviously, but I can live with that. Yeah, I'm going to sack the Mom. Goodbye, Yorion. Okay, that was certainly the biggest swing he could have gone for. So, I don't want other lands. Oh yeah, I could have activated Mama blocked with Wisp. That was silly. So I should be at 12. Mm-hmm. So you can put in number. Oh, damn it! Of course. Also draws and attracts up. And an Archon. Yeah. Okay. We're dead. No way. Even if I was at 12, I would be super dead here. That was nuts. Okay. Containment Priest is excellent. Path to Exile is removal. And I weirdly think that Surgical Extraction is sort of good against Sneak and Show now. Don't want Magus. Don't want Jite. Don't want Sash. What else do I not want? I definitely want both Cauldra and Phantom Blade. I could cut down Wisps, but I think Wisps are kind of important for show and tell into Atraxa. I could shave a Stoneforge. It's not an important Stoneforge matchup. All you Yorion borders. I think I'm gonna shave one Skyclave. I guess. No, if I'm shaving one of those two, it should be the Wisp. Yeah. Okay. Where's my thought? Where's my black source? For hands that doesn't have a black source, it's pretty mid. Yeah, this hand's not good. It doesn't have anything of things we need. This doesn't either. So I guess we're going to 5. Okay, this hand is coherent. If I keep the Solitude, I basically have to keep both spirits. So I think what I want to do is get rid of Backstreet and the Solitude. I could. No, I'm probably supposed to just like hope that I draw another white card in the next couple turns. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully. Oh, interesting. So if I take Force of Will, if I take Force of Will and then play Spirit of Labyrinth, how does that look? No one tapped blue source to cast these Ponders. Show and Tell. If it's putting in anything, it's getting Solituded. Yeah, I'm taking the Force. Play that tapped Sanctuary. Yes. That's what I like to see. It'd be so funny if they drew specifically days. Yeah, that would be very funny. Okay. Cast Ponder shuffled. Didn't draw a card. Island Ponder shuffled again. Okay, they have successfully shuffled their deck twice. Oh, man. Yeah, so Emperor of Bones is just going to enter play as its U2. Could have exiled the spell, but it just does, that just does not matter here. Man. I'm pretty sure I'm actually going to adapt now. Because it's just a 2-turn clock. Yep. Oh, I appreciate the scoop ritual. Yeah, we will resubmit. What a mold of 5. Not again. Come on. Are you kidding me? This might be keepable anyway, because at least we have Caracas. Recruiter can find something later. We're also on the draw, so we have enough chances to find a Thoughtseize. He's also mulling to 6. I think this is a very sketchy keep, but I think there's enough to do, and these Thoughtseizes are basically never going to be dead, is my thinking. I think it's mostly because at least we have the Caracas here. Black sources is 4, 8, 12, 13. It's 19, I think. It's either 18 or 19. 100. I'm always drawing the black source. What are you talking about? I'm going to get a basic swamp here because I know that there's a chance for Sneak and Show to be playing Blood Moon. Okay. I mean, I'm taking Ponder or Show and Tell. I just don't know which. I'm pretty sure it's the Ponder. It's just going to be very annoying if he draws exactly Soul Land, but I guess even then we get to put the Caracas in place. It's not a disaster by any means. If Tomb's on top. Oh, right. He literally pondered. He knows what's on top. Never mind. Okay. Yep. Force, pitch, force. Play the mom here. Does not have the third land, so that's cool. So I think this is just an easy recruit for Containment Priest. Okay. It's not a disaster by any means, even if it is a little bit annoying. I mean, the nice thing is I can just put Containment Priest in off the Show and Tell, and then I have the Caracas, and then everything's fine. Everything's not fine. Just kidding. Everything's horrible. That was the actual worst case scenario. Lotus Petal, Sneak, Thundering Falls. Okay, Magus of the Moon is in this pile. Lotus Petal, Sneak Attack, Thundering Falls. Thundering Falls, that's the last one. Oops, I got rid of this. No, Lotus Petal, Sneak Attack, Magus, Brotherhood's End. Omniscience, there we go. That was one I was. This Atraxa is the one that they cast from their hands. They're casting this Brotherhood's Ends. Give Containment Priest Pro Red. Yep, Sneak Attack. Play the Magus. What can we do here? Cauldra is not the answer. Okay, let me think. So if anything's happening, he's ripping it off the top. I think the answer is let me think. We have to, this plan is going to have to go over multiple turns, so we have to think about this a lot. So I guess the first order of business is to just throw this Containment Priest away. Containment Priest does stop Emperor. Yeah, that's important here. So I think we're actually kind of in trouble because we don't have Lauren in our deck specifically. I do have Witch Enchanter, yeah. So I think what we have to do is okay, let me think. This turn, play a land, play Emperor, exile something. Next turn, we want to exile a Recruiter, put Recruiter into play with the Emperor. Let's start with attacking with the Containment Priest because I think everything is predicated on that. I think the fact that I'm attacking with it means that he is never going to block, but we have to start there. Yeah, that's what I figured. But so I think basically the line would be if this Containment Priest is not in play, Emperor Recruiter, put Recruiter into play, get a Flicker Wisp, flicker the Recruiter, get a Witch Enchanter. I can chump block the Atraxa with the Wisp. Next turn, kill the Omniscience with the Witch Enchanter. At some point, I have to take a hit from Atraxa. I can put Yorin in my hands, and then I need to reuse the Recruiter to find a Solitude for the Magus so that I can then Caracas the Atraxa. That's the line I'm looking for, but I don't think it's going to matter so long as we have Containment Priest in play, and especially when he top decks another Atraxa, so he just finds the Emrakul and we're super dead. Cool. Those were some unbelievable rips from his side. That was kind of insane. But yeah, it's the thing that we really got killed by was the omniscience off the top after the thought seizes. I'm not keeping a one land Vile Hands. This is fine. I'll just bottom one of the Caracases, I guess. I don't like that my opponent has pregame effects. It's going to be a Devourer of Destinies again. The 2 Devourer of Destinies. Got it. Excellent. Perfect. Love to see it. Main deck, Wastscape Battle Mages. Okay. Turn 1 Wasteland, huh? It's going to be Fleshraker. Yeah. Let me think. So I could just cast Jite here. And I think I'm probably going to, because I can't afford to get wastelanded anyway, so I can't really surveil here. So I think I'm supposed to just cast Jite and pass. How does Eldrazi get pre-game effects, instants that double their mana, and do cantrips and near infinite ping damage combo in the same set? Excellent question. I do not have an answer. I don't know how this happened. It is kind of insane to me. Another Fleshraker? Sure. Yeah, how could we forget crop rotation, but better? They really cooked, and I mean that in the most derogatory way when it comes to the MH3 Eldrazi. Just a design nightmare as far as I'm concerned. A complaint that I'm sure has gotten old on this stream by this point, but remains true. Nevertheless, remains true. I think I'm supposed to cast Recruiter here while I have the mana for it. Question is what I'm getting. I really want to get a Magus for the upside. You kind of just need that upside, but I both don't have a mana to cast it with, and I didn't draw a white card for me to be able to still evoke this Solitude, which is giving me a little bit of pause. There's also the fact that they didn't wasteland me, which means that they probably just need all of their mana to cast these stupid Devourers of Destiny. Lets you know you're not just salty. Alright, that's fair. So if I'm recruiting for something that's not Magus, what would it be? I already have... Gotta get more mods. Katie's busy getting ready for DC, so she's not around right now. You know what? There you go. Take this sword, Eli. Okay, I'm recruiting. I'm gonna recruit for something. I don't know what it is yet. It's not a Magus. It's a white card of some sort, but that's a very boring, very boring thing to say. I guess it could be a Stone Forge. The problem is, like, if they draw into the land and then just cast a Devourer of Destiny, like, they're gonna have an answer for the Stone Forge, and I'm not really making any progress there. But I don't know what else I get that does make progress. I'm gonna get a Stone Forge, whatever. Sorry, child. There's a reason I haven't given you that authority. The Kozilek's command, okay. So that means they're going to get to Wasteland my Caracas, and that's going to suck. Yeah, I definitely thought about getting a Magus. If this Phantom Blade was a white card that I drew, I would have gotten a Magus for sure, because I think the upside is just too important. But I don't know. And that has all the mana. Have you considered splashing blue for exactly consigned to memory? If I'm splashing blue, that is the reason I'm going to do it. Fuck. I didn't. I was F6'd. I goofed. Yeah, if I am splashing blue, or I have thought of it, because I think it's a good enough reason to splash blue. One thing I mentioned before, something we're probably going to bring up on the State of the Toodle, exclamation point noodle, if you're not aware of what the heck that is that like the reason to splash has to come from like the cheap interaction you get to play and how it's positioned against the format. Because you know, you can play any number of garbage 2 and 3 drops that technically have text in some matchups in any colors, and those are not what those don't solve problems. It's the lowering of the curve, having really efficient interaction that matters. Well, that's fucking rude. Okay. I don't know. Got to do something. Shit. I was supposed to play Vile before I went into combat. If they wasteland my Caracas now, I'm going to feel very stupid. Remember the Blue Stew website? No, I have no idea what that is. Interesting. Don't wasteland me and let me draw another land. That would be cool. I guess I don't even really need to now. Like, with the blue stew. Oh, it auto-generated blue. Oh, I do remember that now that you bring it up. Interesting. Okay, these Devourers of Destinies are still in their hand, right? Yeah. They're gonna cast one, so chump blocking is just better. Yeah. Alright. I mean, if they don't cast one, that's also fine. I don't understand. Like, this is still in your hand, right? I'm not going crazy. Yeah. I think I'm just going to keep this Witch Enchainer in my hand still. No reason to cast anything. That's true, they would be forced to exile their token. Yeah. It sounds in both of their ranges, so it's hard for me to say. Okay, I didn't expect us to get this far, but I guess we are. Interesting. I guess, yeah, we're just still passing. This vial's going to be on 2 for a very 2014 amount of time. Kind of tempted to just vial in a spirit to trade with this, but I think that's worse than getting a Stone Forge in at the end of their turn this time. Oh, we could just Skycleave the Chalice, huh? I don't think I want to do that, but we'll see. I'm going to get my Cauldron either way right now. And cool, we untap. Keeping that on 2. Can I draw some lands? No, we cannot. Yeah, so I'm just passing. Yeah, if there were 6/6s in play, we would be super dead. All right. First 6/6 has been called. Now, obviously, the Devourer of Destiny is able to... The second one is able to kill the Germ. They can't do that until next turn. Okay, am I still keeping this on 2? So what am I going to do with this Emperor? I can get a Recruiter. I could... I actually don't hate ticking the Vial up to 3. Emperor for the Recruiter. Recruiting for a Wisp to reset the Cauldron after they devour it. And then I go up to 4 next turn, so then I can just Witch Enchainer the Chalice and start casting my 2-drops. That seems right. I think I like that. I don't think there's a... I'm not using that mana, so there's no reason to expose it, I think. So yeah, I am going to get Recruiter. Oh, I actually should be doing this on their turn. There's no reason to do it right now, because I'm not going to attack and this could chump block, so that's a mistake. I do actually also have the option of just wisping it here to get a... Probably have to get like a Solitude on this board, but that's actually pretty good too. Yeah, I think that's actually better than going for resetting Cauldra. So never mind. This was all on purpose. This is all intentional. Yeah, I'm just gonna pass. I probably probably could attack because I think they have to devour it anyway, but oh yeah, I guess Magus probably was the right thing to do, huh? Yeah, because then they just can't devour it anyway. Yeah, I goofed. Okay, well, I am going to use this Solitude now while I still can. I just care about the stats in play. I don't care about drawing a card off the thought knot right now. Them getting to take the Witch Enchanter potentially would suck. But they don't. They take the Emperor of Bones. I think that's the next best, but I'm actually, I think, kind of happy that they are choosing to let me have the Witch Enchanter. Did they think that they... Oh, no, they still can because they have Eldrazi's... Oh, Gaia's Cradle. Okay, well, there you go. Yeah, I don't know. I guess, like... I got nothing. That's whatever. So Devourer here. Probably going to hit the Cauldra, I assume. Hits the bones. Okay. Sure. Confused. Take up to 4. Another Spirit. Love it. Okay, well... I feel like my opponent could have made better choices, but I'm not going to complain either. I am not going to attack. The main reason is that, like, if my opponent has a third Devourer and then they get to exile my Germ, I would love to double block a Devourer with Wisp and Spirit. And I'm not worried about getting in damage when next turn I'm going to put Yorin in my hands and then at least somewhat win the game. Is casting Spear better than getting GD counters? I think it was just specifically because I wanted to be able to double block there if I needed to. You got it. And that is why I held that Caracas for like 5 turns or whatever. Oh, they don't... Got it. That's why they killed the Emperor of Bones, I guess. I don't know. Okay. These actors must be expensive. I don't know. Apparently. Look, if someone's paying for him, thank you. I appreciate it. All right. Cut the spirits and the sash. Yeah. Oh, you want to bring in Wrath of the Skies for all the chalices and yeah, exactly. This hand kind of blows. If I was playing against something that wasn't Eldrazi, I would love this hand. But against Eldrazi, it just kind of sucks. Oh my god, I remember that story. I wish I saw it live. I I don't think I should keep this, but I'm curious if this hand can get there. That's my approach here. If they're casting Chalice on one, deal. That's actually great because I think most of the sixes that I would keep, like specifically, like the sixes I'm trying to mull to, are gonna be worse against Chalice because they need to have like removal. um, is this a Thought Knot? Yeah, you got it. Stoneforge, sure. Phantom Blade, annoying. Okay. I'm just gonna play Emperor of Bones here as stats because I am not intending to do anything that matters with Emperor really. Next turn I'm gonna recruit for Magus, and I'm just gonna hope that they don't have a Wasteland. At Modern Local right after MHT, one of your opponent's Eldritch Evolution for a Rex Sage to destroy Cauldra. Oh no. The basic forest. Gross. Okay, Solitude is a nice find. Okay, just don't have Wasteland. If you have Wasteland, you're a big jerk and I hate you. Nope. I want to go to attacks. Recruiter for Broadside. If only. Oh wait, they have One Ring. Ah, whatever. I'm not blocking either way, so it's fine. It would actually be kind of funny if I like play this Magus and then they just get locked under their own One Ring that they can't do anything about. Obviously, they can just find another One Ring. It's not that hard, but let me dream. Oh yeah. I mean, look, this deck is just the worst. There we go. Here's a kicked Myco Spawn. Yay! Yay! Everybody's favorite card. It's so normal for a playable card to just destroy basic lands for no downside. No blocks? What? draw a land, please? No, I cannot. Okay. I'm just probably not supposed to exile that until I have the mana up. Oh well. When did MTG tools get text? I don't know. It's only in the graveyard. It's not when they're in play. I think. At least I haven't noticed it when they're in play. You miss old Eldrazi? Ugh. I don't know if I can't agree with that one, unfortunately. Devourer of Destinies, kill my Emperor, punish me for exiling the Solitude, yeah. It's in hand too. Okay. Well, at least I have a game 3 here, right? Right on time. I'm also pretty sure we're past the point of them being able to throw. But look. Is this another Devourer I'm trying to cast? What's going on? Alright, well, I'll let them figure it out. How's it going, chat? Hope you're having a grand old time. Oh my god. Sowing Microspawn is the most fake card they've ever printed in Magic the Gathering. I swear to God. Isn't it so cool and normal to have cast triggers that exile basic lands? Alright, I think if I draw a land, I can actually make them die to their One Ring triggers. But of course I wouldn't draw lands. Anyway, the trick would be go to combat, exile Recruiter. Next turn I can put Recruiter into play, block like the Devourer of Destiny, recruit for a Solitude, pitch it on my Emperor. I take 4, 10. I'm taking 10 damage, but I gain 4. I guess I'd actually take 6 damage because it can also just block the Thought-Knots here. So if we drew a land and they didn't have a One Ring, didn't have another One Ring or a way to gain life, then we could actually make them die to their One Ring. Also, we need to dodge the 6 Kozilek's commands in their head out. Yeah, I mean, of course, but that goes without saying. No deck can ever beat Kozilek's command. That's just the fact of life. It's a 6-card hand. It's kind of a 5-card hand, if not for the fact that Mom is easy to pitch to Solitude. I think this hand just is not robust enough. This hand isn't much better, but I think his hand at least has a plan. And it is to recruit for Magus and cast it and hope that nothing bad happens along the way. If two command decks fight each other, then they flip a coin. Cheaper than reality breaking. Ayavugan as the first land is interesting. Another mom, huh? It's annoying that I can't really afford to waste lands because I like really want to get this Magus into play, but also if they just like next turn play, like the problem is Ayavugan pass is like the most nightmarishly scary thing, specifically when it comes to Fleshraker. They could just like kill me. So I have 2 turns to draw a land. I'm gonna do this, and we'll hope that it works. Of course. Naturally. Okay, that helps. That helps. Just don't wasteland me, please. I guess they can't wasteland me and also do anything this turn, so that's nice. Well, they're at least, if they had a Fleshraker, they would have cast it before the petals. So I at least have that going for me. They pass. Okay. Did not expect that. Very annoying that I had to draw this plateau. I mean, yeah, I'll get a Magus. I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. Now that I have aspirations of casting the Magus, I'm going to not attack with the moms. It's only good against Dismember, and they would have to have 3 Dismembers here, but like there's no reason to lose to that. So they are just passing, which means that they are going to be holding up Kozilek's commands. Can I do anything about that? I think the answer is unfortunately no, right? 1, 2. Yeah, they have plenty of mana to exile the Magus. Yeah, that's unfortunate. There's a myriad of problems that arise once this Kozilek's command resolves anyway, but I don't think there's a good reason to just let them kill the Magus for no reason. What? I'm confused. What is all this mana for? You gotta cast something, right? Like they could have cast a Myco spawned last turn. They had the petals in play for the green source. They also had the Cavern in play, Cavern of Souls for the green source. So like, they could have cast a Myco spawn. Okay. So they can kill all my 1-drops next turn. Okay, I think at this point, I just have to do this. They can crack the Silex, kill my moms. What? What's happening now? Oh, right. It's X or less. Got it. Never mind. I thought it was engineered explosives for some reason. I just misread it. I goofed. Let's just draw another Magus right now. I tried. Yeah, okay. I just totally misread that card. I think I've had it. I don't know that I've had that cast against me before, so oops. I goofed. We have plenty of removal, so I'm just going to call draw. What is this? Command for 2, yeah. So yeah, I'm supposed to just keep the Magus in my hand. Once I do that, I imagine it's kind of tough for us to ever get it in play anyway, especially in that command in hand. So like, that was definitely just wrong. I threw that Magus away for no reason. But I don't think there was a way to get the Magus in play here in a way that mattered anyway. So definitely a punt. But they scried all 4 cards to the top, huh? Thanks, Eli. Have a good night. I scried 4 cards to the top and then passed again? I'm confused. I'm going to get this eye out of here. Print a sorcery version of Magus of the Balance that also only costs 2 mana. Seems like a bit much, but I also wouldn't mind it. I don't know what my opponent is doing here. Has splashing both red and black hurt us yet? It has made some of our fetching really awkward. I've definitely... Let me think. I have definitely made mistakes because of the fetching requirements, but they were like I would have been fine if I fetched right. I don't think that the double splash has hurt us a ton yet, from what I can think. like I can't think of many situations where like I haven't been able to cast my black spells because I have red in my deck. Let's put it that way. Doesn't feel like it's helped us that much either. Yeah, I mean, that is certainly where the burden of proof is right now. Um, because, oh my god, this matchup is a nightmare. And it feels like Magus can usually get me like one win a match, usually, but it is really hard to get the second, even after boarding up to a bunch of Maguses. And that is the part that is really frustrating me still. Yeah, red and blue are the two colors that have the right cards. Are they good enough as a sum total? Maybe, but I don't really know. All right, don't kill my Yorion. Thanks. They have dismember. Okay. All right, they at least haven't just chained command into command against us. They've used two of them. Yeah. All right. Gonna wait one more turn before I probably end up swordsing the Wastegate Battle Mage, but I really want to find like anything else to do. No, unfortunately not. I don't think I want a Wasteland because I think I want to. I want a seventh land to be able to cast this Cauldron. It's a little tempting to Wasteland the Yavimaya specifically, but okay. Oh right, they know about the Cauldron from a thought, not earlier, don't they? Or no, from did I cast this? I cast the Stoneforge earlier, right? Okay, that's a bummer. I mean, I would rather they do that than cast like a threat. So like, I guess it's fine in that respect. Is this Myco spawn kicked again? Yeah, okay. Oh, they did this in the wrong order. Maybe they didn't. Depends what they get off the Myco spawn. Yeah, they did this in the wrong order. Cool. I guess okay, they just want to get one activation out of it. I guess that makes sense. Glaring Fleshraker. Okay. That's all three Ayabugens taking. Oh. How many Myco spawns are left? They've only cast one so far? Okay. Well, I mean, here we go. I'm gonna take one hit. I just want to make sure they don't cast something better this turn. I don't know what it could be, but I can afford to take 3 here, I think. One ring. Well, yeah, that's pretty good, huh? Yeah. Maybe I'm supposed to hold it after they play the one ring. I don't know. Welp. We might win by timing out. We'll see. It is possible. It's slightly less likely when my opponent can't, like, do anything. Oh, they just scoop. Surprising. I feel like there's, I mean, like, I think I'm mostly ahead in that spot, considering they're basically looking for 4 cards total. They usually have a basic wastes, and they should have 3 myco spawns left. I feel like that's enough of a game to play that I'm surprised that they scooped. Yeah, they basically always have a wastes and sometimes a forest. They had the forest. But yeah, I don't know. It feels like they can still cast myco spawn. They have the forest in play, so they're at least drawing to 4 cards while they have the one ring in play. Seems good enough to me. Why do I have so many? I guess this is technically a 2-lander, but it's kind of an awkward one. I think I will keep this. I think the main problem with the Harbinger splash is that you need blue. That's the hard part. Yeah, exactly. Oh. All right. Well, we know what's going on. I am going to start with the Thoughtseize. At the very least, I know I'm not getting wastelanded, so that's nice. Saga, Engineer, Grindstone. So I just take the Grindstone. I think what I do here is I take the Grindstone. They can play the Saga. They can't even cast Engineer right now. So yeah, this is fine. Next turn, I can Swords the Painter, Servant, Wasteland their Saga, and I'm in a really good position. Yeah, this works. They may also cycle the Bauble. I don't think that's totally crazy. They're at least casting the Bauble. Second Wasteland, huh? Well, that's pretty nice. Get rid of the Painter Servant. Wasteland the Saga. Let's continue with our lives. Yeah, that is definitely the hardest part about Consign is like, or a card like Consign is that like you need to be doing stuff, so much stuff with your mana. That makes sense. I could just Emperor it right now. And they I mean, they don't have an artifact to sack right now anyway. Um, which makes me not really want to just like throw my Solitude at it. I feel like just casting Emperor Bones, exiling the Dragon Engine is plenty. Even if they do play like Great Furnace from hands right now, and they can activate the Engineer, I'm not that worried about them getting back a Grindstone or a Vexing Bauble right now. Yeah, that's fine. You got it. Wasting the Ancient Tomb here is a bit aggressive. It's a little bit tempting, but I think I would probably rather just put Yorion in my hand here. Add Yorion to hand. I don't want to cast the Spirit because it basically doesn't do anything, and it's also the best card to pitch to this Solitude. So I think I'm fine taking a turn off and just putting Solitude in. Or putting Yorion in. Play a City of Traders. So One Ring? It's Ensnaring Bridge. Okay. Maybe I was supposed to actually Solitude the Engineer in response to that. I'm definitely supposed to Solitude the Engineer in response to this. Well, no, because they don't have any mana, so never mind. Yeah. Let them put something in their graveyard. I like my Emperor Bones back. That would be nice here. I think the card I probably want more than anything is just a Lion Sash. Would be pretty sick. Devourer. Okay, so they must have what's it called? Soul Cauldron in their deck. So I can just Witch Enchanter the Ensnaring Bridge and they don't have an artifact in play. It'll just be really annoying if they find an artifact, but then I can also just Wisp the Witch Enchanter, and I'm still holding up Solitude through all of this, so I think this is fine. Would you play Cryptic Coat in Assimilation Aegis if you were going to Splash Blue? I think you would probably play Assimilation Aegis. I doubt you would play Cryptic Coat. You might, but I'm skeptical, to say the least. They're just getting grindstone. Sure, they don't have a painter in their hands, or a painter in their yard, so I don't have to worry about that. Milling themselves. Oh, looking for a painter. Okay, that makes a certain amount of sense. Well, that's a dead one. um, yeah, I think Cryptic Coat's like fine, I guess, but um, I don't think it does anything that matters really. It's a way to put pressure on people that isn't gonna be as mana intensive as Cauldra after the Stoneforge dies, but it also just doesn't do that much. I don't know. All right, cool. All right, post board against Painter. I like Containment, Priest, Path, and Wrath. I don't want Magus of the Moon, and I don't want Spirit of Labyrinth, and I think that's pretty easy boarding. Everything else is at least good enough. Yep. I'll be annoyed if they have the One Ring in their deck, but like, I don't know. I can't imagine Painter can play that many copies of the One Ring, especially when they showed us Phyrexian Devourer, which means they have to have Soul Cauldron, which is even less room for One Rings on top of the combo. So another one lander. This hand is really slow. It's only really my opponent has to give me a lot of time for this hand to work out. If I get through the first couple of turns, then it is a good hand. It has everything we need and more. But I'm just a little skeptical. I'm gonna try it, but I will not be surprised if it doesn't work out. What 6 would I prefer? One with any removal spells or wastelands primarily. Not one that draws Cauldra for turn 1. How about that? Okay. Yeah, like in this spot, I don't love that I'm just like, if they play a grindstone from hand, I'm just dead. You know, that's where a lot of my concern with this hand comes from. Kind of makes me feel like I have to wasteland the City of Traders. I'm gonna wasteland the City of Traders. All right, it was a 1-lander from my, or I guess a 2-lander, but that gives me a little bit of hope at least. And we get to surveil. Nice. Perfect. Okay. All right. My opponent successfully gave us the time that we needed. If they draw like a soul land and a spirit guides or whatever, then there's a potential that they still kill us here, but okay. This is gonna be a Chaos Defiler, yeah. Okay. All right, we're gonna make it out of here okay. Yep, they Chaos Defiler. Whether they kill the Stoneforge or the Vial, I'm fine. Okay, they kill the Vial. Fury, Pitch, Fury. That's also fine. At this point, that's fine by me. Because doing the next play pretty much regardless, which is recruit for a Solitude and cast it. Before anything else happens. All right, goodbye. All right. We are doing okay. I hope to draw a land next turn, because once we have Sash with 2 mana up, the Welder and the Engineer are basically turned off. I guess I only need 1 if they're just attacking. Okay. They destroy my Witch Enchanter. Okay. This Pyroblast it. Interesting. Well. That's less good. Do I play the Sash or do I play the Vial here? I think I play the Vial now, because now that they've already put the Painter Servant in play, there's not really anything that they can do that I'm really concerned about right now. There's nothing scary that I can stop by playing the Sash and then having the mana for it next turn. Tap land moment. Eli would be proud. Emperor of Bones is excellent here. I am going to finally play the Sash and cross our fingers. And we're not dead yet, so that's good. Let's get the Great Furnace back. Yeah, sure. Fury pitching Fable on both of my creatures is very sad, but it's also better than Fable getting cast, so I'll live with it. This is an impending formal wear moment. I will mention. Painter Servant in play. Okay. Oh boy, what do I want to do here? With the Welder untapped, I can't like Emperor for Solitude to kill the Painter. There might be an argument for solituding the Welder here. Especially because I can like next turn recruit for a Skyclave, something like that. I think that's probably the line. I just want to clear stuff off the board to simplify things. Or whoops, I want to do this. Oh, I can just also get their Fury. That makes things a lot easier. Just occurred to me. There's no point in... I will deal damage to the Painter Servant for the bit, but there's no point in doing it because they'll just weld it out for the other painter. Okay, that's a potential impending problem. The Witch Enchanter is in our yard. So I think what we really need to do now is recruit for... Oh, actually, okay, cool. So we can recruit for another Emperor of Bones, play Emperor the Witch Enchanter to kill the Urza Saga. We don't necessarily have to do that right now. But I don't really want them to make a single construct, given that I'm like under a little bit of pressure. I don't want them to have the mana, and I have to kill it eventually because they're going to have a Grindstone in play. So I think that's the way to go about it. And it's... it's like a little annoying because I would rather do other things basically, but I think it just means we have to like dodge them like drawing stuff a little bit. So this Emperor is getting Witch Enchanter. This Emperor is going to get rid of their Painter Servant. I don't want them to be able to draw bolts. Whoops. Oh, I also just don't want them to have this mana, right? That's the other important part. Yeah, I'm going to attack here. If they jump, that's fine by me. There's a decent chance I'm just going to block, or not jump, but if they want to trade. I'm pretty sure I'm going to trade their Dragon Engine with my Emperor if they attack. So, because it's 5 mana to unearth, yeah. Alright. Yorion is going to save us here for sure. Yeah, this is a bona fide formal wear moment. Gonna throw that there real quick. Rooting for them to win the fame, then you to win the match because of the content. Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be a Phantom Blade, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it is. Let's get rid of stuff out of their yard, I guess. None of it's gonna really matter. So especially with Cauldron in my hand now, I am definitely just getting in the red zone. I'll take it. It'll be a little annoying if they like draw a red mana or draw a mana and then they can unearth it, but they're gonna have to lose their City of Traders to do it. They won't be able to do anything after drawing 3 cards. Yeah, okay. They're just gonna draw 3 cards, hit us for 4, and then we kill them on the backswing, pretty much. It'd have to be a Fury, but they've already used 3 Furies, so pretty sure I'm just taking 4 here. Yeah. Goodbye forever, Dragon Engine. I don't really need any more specific mana, so I'm just going to fetch to thin a little bit. Skyclave is pretty good, although not really necessary. So I can put them to 2. But I think that's worse than... Let me think. I guess I could put them to 2 and remove the Painter Servant if I don't Yorion. And I guess that's probably fine, right? Actually, this also puts them to 1 because now I can attack with the Recruiter. I'll get rid of Pyroblast, I guess. Yeah, turning off Ancient Tomb definitely makes things tough, especially because they've already gone through 2 City of Traders. And Painter usually doesn't even play all 4 cities. All right, the 3-2. All right. Well, that is going to do it for us tonight. So we lost to Eldrazi again. We lost to one of the better Legacy players in the world. Drawn pretty hot, but also playing very well, obviously, with Sneak and Show. So I guess I'll take it. It is certainly frustrating to still be losing pretty regularly to Eldrazi, even with Magus of the Moon in my deck. Like I've mentioned, that is the main reason I have it. Because the matchup's just doesn't feel like there's a whole lot to do in that matchup otherwise. But I'm also certainly paying some real costs to get Magus into my deck. So I don't know. It hasn't bit me so far, and I also haven't really felt like I need other sideboard cards right now, so I'm just going to keep rolling with it. The main thing, at some point, I'm just going to have to do some like targeted testing, I think, against some of the better Eldrazi players to see if like I can get Magus to work often enough. Because ultimately, if it doesn't help the Eldrazi matchup enough, there's probably not a good enough reason to bend over. I don't want to say bend over backwards. Like, I'm not totally messing up my mana to do it this way, but it is a cost, certainly. So, all right. You'll probably find me again here playing this list, probably very close to the same list on Sunday. I mentioned this at the top of the stream, but if you haven't heard it yet, you can type !noodle in chat to get some details on the State of the Toodle address that XJ Cloud and I are going to be doing in a couple of weeks. If you were here for the one that happened back in, I think, July-ish, same idea. We're going to be going through a bunch of different... we're going to talk about all the different builds of D&T, where they excel, where they have weaknesses, what their purposes are, and where they match against the top decks of the meta. Taking a Q&A, you can either leave questions for us either in the D&T Discord, on the tweet, or we'll obviously be taking a live Q&A during the stream as well. That's going to be on October 15th at 9 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be on XJ Cloud's Twitch at twitch.tv/XJCloud. If you watch him, it is during his normal stream time on Tuesdays. So hopefully, if you're interested, you'll be able to make it. If not, the VOD will be up on YouTube afterwards for anybody who is not able to make the live broadcast. I think that is going to do it from me. So here's all the places I am on the internet. You can follow me on Twitter. If you missed any of this VOD, it'll be uploaded to YouTube overnight. I am going to have an update to my Patreon sideboard guide published very soon, within the next day or two. Very small tweaks. I'm not broadcasting the Magus splash yet because I just haven't felt like I've proven it out yet. Just making very small tweaks to the list that I already have out there. So that's everything for me. Chomby0886, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you for hanging out. I hope you had a good time watching. And yeah, I'm going to sign off, head to bed. Thank you, everybody, and I will catch you next time.